Okay, in 1 week from today, I head south to the Carolina coast. I'm doing 2 trips. One trip is paid. I'm being brought into a group that's been training for quite some time to teach them navigation as they do their first sort of open water stuff. And then immediately after that, I'm headed to Assateague Island solo to do a solo overnight. I haven't done a solo overnight in a long time, but that means in this week I have a lot to do, and we're going to start with some outfitting. Welcome back, everyone. It is good to see you all. Yeah, I got a lot to do this week. Fortunately, I just finished a WFA over the weekend, which I taught solo, so I'm a little tired. Read that as very tired, but a lot to do and psyched to hit the road in a week. This trip is long overdue. It's not the really long overdue one that I canceled last year because of COVID. That one is going to happen in January with my friend Johnny. This is someplace that I have been many times. It's Shackleford Banks and Cape Lookout. And I'm being brought in. I'm not quite sure if it's like hired gun or player to be named later.
Now, like this, 5 months in, just plug in some new person. It'll tear the team apart.
My assignment on this one is to teach navigation. I taught an in-store navigation course for this group, or people associated with this group, a while ago, and they're bringing me back in to do on-the-water nav, which I'm super excited about because, as you might know, it is something I'm super passionate about. As I talk about outfitting, this is something that is long overdue. It really got spurred on by test paddling that Nigel Dennis Romney, the Surf. I really loved the way that boat was outfitted, and so I picked up some supplies, and we are going to use at least part of this kit. This was a $50 NSI deluxe outfitting kit. I'll show you all the pieces that come with it in just a second. And it even comes with, according to what's listed here, it comes with a piece of sandpaper that I can use to rough up where I'm going to glue, which brings us to the glue, which was half as much as the kit. This was a $23.95 bottle of glue before shipping. And in the past for stuff like this, I've just used rubber cement. But in watching videos about this, they say you should use this stuff. So we're going to give it a shot. We're going to use this stuff. All in all, the package was about $75. I think I am probably only doing 2 pieces in here. I think I'm going to do hip pads, and I think I'm going to do an underfoot pad for underneath my heels. Other than that, I think everything is going to stay the same for now. I have already put thigh pads in this boat, and I'm happy with those. This comes with thigh pads that I think are much bigger, probably too big for the space that I've got in my Delta. So I need to change clothes and put on paddle clothes because it needs to fit the way it's got to fit when I'm going to paddle, and then we're going to get started on this. Okay, before I delve into this, I want to show you the parts that this comes with, the pieces that this comes with. Okay, these are the hip pads that will go into the boat on either side of my seat. Those are going in today. These are just 2 square foam pieces that you could use anywhere, but they're really designed to go under your feet. These might go in today. These are thigh pads, which are way too big for my boat. Not going to work. I'll hold on to them and use them for something else. I think they're part of a helmet from Star Wars. These might also be thigh pads. Those are actually really nice, but I don't think those are going to go in. Seat pad, not going to go in. Extra additional piece. Let's see if I'm right about this. Hip pads, hip pad shim. Oh, these are hip pad shims. Thin seat pad, that's that. Thigh pads, those are the big ones. 1/4 inch foam sheet for use ankle heel pad. So that's ankle heel, that's what's gonna go in. So these guys are gonna go in today. These are what I already put in, but mine are actually, I think, a little bit thicker. So those we're going to hold on to. The rest of these, I think I'm going to hold on to in case I need them. And then the process is super simple. We're going to sand the area. We're going to put down a thin layer of glue. We're going to wait till it's tacky. We're gonna put on a fresh layer of glue. We're gonna put the piece on that has a layer of tacky glue on it as well. That's all we're gonna do. And really, my primary goal, I love the hip pads in that other boat, so we're gonna play with these and see if we can get an equally good fit. And it says right on the packaging, packaged with 50 grit sandpaper. There's no 50 grit sandpaper. Thankfully, I think I have some 60 grit sandpaper. Yeah, here, so we're good. Much better. Okay. Hip pads, these guys. Ooh. That's nice. That's not crazy tight, but that's a nice level of tight. I think that is a very easy fix. Let's get some sandpaper and some glue. You can see how beautifully that fits in there. I want to make sure I don't trap that, but this is gonna go right in there and glued into place. And I just make sure that they're equally distant front to back. But that is gonna be super nice. Okay, so I just need to make sure I don't trap this cable, which I have now done twice. And I am just going to so that's just to rough that up a little bit. So the glue adheres. This is already textured, so I think it's going to adhere pretty well. It's this that I was a little worried about, but I think it's going to be fine. Okay, that's a nice coating on there. Now I'm going to add it to the plastic. Okay, and now I'm just going to wait for it to get tacky. On this surface, it's already pretty dry. I should say it's pretty warm today. It's probably almost 80 in October. So I'm going to add a little bit more to this, and then we're going to apply it. This was very easy to do, I have to say. Super nice, super easy. I'm just gonna apply some pressure there. Let's do the other side. Okay, that was surprisingly quick, surprisingly easy. This glue is incredibly strong, dries quickly, is super nice, super impressed with that. I'm gonna look at the underfoot pads that I think I might do, but in order to do that, I have to clean the inside, clean the surface that I'm gonna adhere that glue to. You don't realize how dirty your kayak is when it's used all the time until you do this. Okay, so I spent some time playing with that foot padding, and I tried 2 different thicknesses and a couple different position options and decided neither of them were really doing what I needed them to do or wanted them to do. I don't know if I need them, which was essentially my feet rest on the hull of the boat, and I just wanted it to be a little bit more cushy, a little bit softer, and it wasn't really making that much of a difference. So I decided to hold off on those. So all I added this week was the hip pads. I may come back later and add the heel pads or some other things like that. But for now, that's all I'm gonna do. Next week, I'm pulling all the gear. So hit like, hit subscribe, join me then. We'll get all this gear for 2 trips packed and ready to rock and roll. Okay, see you next week, or I'll see you on the water.
We've been eating roots and sleeping on rocks for this rebellion, and now you've got a mercenary on board.